Okay, I'm going to see if I can make a little video. And I was talking to Renee about can openers. And I think this is the kind she has that goes down and you squeeze it and then it cuts around the can like that. Okay, and then this is the kind of can opener I use, and it fits on top of the can like this, still a crank one, and then you turn it. And when it's right here, it's doing something with the lid. It's not cutting, it's doing something. I'm not sure what, but you'll see when I get done. And I'm to the end here, and there it is. See, can you see it's nice and smooth, no rough edges. If I don't eat all of this, I can put the lid back on like that, and it can go in the refrigerator. And while I'm doing this, I thought I'd show you some of my old utensils. And I'm going to come pick up the camera and just show you. And some of them are quite old, I think. And so we'll do a tour. I think we're still on here. And I was using one of my old graters this morning, and I thought, wow, maybe I'll show them. See, I've got a collection of these graters here. Well, this one I probably got when we first got married, so I don't think of it as very old, actually. These are old, the ones left, and they sort of fit over, see they're curved, and I have 4 of those. But this one I have used and used and used. And that's the kind we used to have. And then I've got a little grater that's probably old, but not that old. And this, I'll show you, was Tom's mom. And that is the handiest thing. You know, if you want to lift something out of the water or something, it's just really nice. So I don't know how old that is, and what does it say on the, it says something, it says it strains, crushes, mixes, mashes, whips, and lifts. And so I use that quite a bit. This is not old at all, and I use that. I like that. And then I was going to show you something else that is really handy. Of course, that isn't old. But these, they're plastic. I don't know if you can see them. And I made like a meatloaf today. And I had the eggs in it, and I just mix them all up, mix it up. And it's really nice. Actually this morning, instead of my pastry cutter, I decided to try one of these. It worked really good. So I like those too. And it's sort of like my bench scraper, and I've got a couple of more of these. I don't know why, but this is my favorite go-to one. I really like to scoop up with that. That's really handy. And I don't know what else I was going to show you, as long as I'm here, that's old. Of course, things that I don't think are old are probably old because I've had them since we got married. I will show you up in the cupboard. I don't know if you can see that yellow bowl, but Tom can remember that yellow bowl up there as far back as he can remember. And every Thanksgiving it was filled with cranberries, homemade cranberry sauce that his mother made. And then I try to continue the tradition of that. And there you have it for old antiques, I believe. And so that's today's pie that you see there. And I was going to tell you something else, and I can't remember that. It has nothing to do with the kitchen, and I'm going to put it here and finish up. It has to do with the chickens and actually Maggie too. All of a sudden I noticed, well, this is what just happens, but it just finally clicked. Before the chickens go to bed, they eat. They clean up their dish, they scratch all around their dish, and they eat. The little chicks do the same thing before they go to bed. Maggie, that's when she likes her big meal of the day. She'll eat some during the day, but at night she really wants to eat. So I thought, why? These animals are eating just before they go to bed. And Tom and I have decided we're going to eat a little something before we go to bed. Doesn't have to be real heavy, but we're eating something and we're sleeping better. So with that, I'm going to say goodnight, girls. And I'll show you up close what the can opener looks like. I don't know if you can see it, but this sits on the can like this, and it goes around and it lifts the lid off of the can instead of cutting it. And I'll show you again. See what a nice, it's all nice and clean and off of there. Okay, good night, girls.